A few months ago, I started adopting a really strict diet to try to figure out how I could feel better all the time. I have Crohn's disease, and a lot of things make my stomach feel bad, so I really wanted to try to figure out and get on a diet that made me feel good all the time and avoid all those downtimes and avoid the days when I didn't feel the best. Now, I started this diet and basically followed it 100%, and I felt a lot better for a few weeks. And then, even when I was staying on the diet 100%, I still didn't feel the best, and I wasn't sure what was up. And it really made me think, it made me question, why do I not feel the best right now when a few weeks ago I felt great when I was on this diet? So then I got more specific, and I realized that diets are made very harshly, and there's really no room for error, there's really no room for change in them. And that's a big weak point. What works for me could be completely different from what works for you. One solid diet that doesn't adapt to each and every body really doesn't make any sense. For the last 30 days, I kept track of every meal I ate, every workout I had, every bathroom break I took, and also just an overall feeling that I felt that day. And it was only a few days before I picked up on a few trends. I realized that every single morning, my digestion and my body would feel amazing, and then towards the end of the day, it started just to get worse and worse. I realized that salads was a big part of my diet. It was a lot of romaine, it was a lot of normal salad, pre-made mixes, and basically light, watery lettuce. And it wasn't doing much for me, and it was just kind of an empty source of nutrition for me. So I cut that out completely, and I went strictly into spinach salads. What is up, guys? My name is Logan Schmelin. I make videos here on YouTube about Crohn's disease and my experience with Crohn's disease and things that I feel are valuable to share with you guys about Crohn's disease. In this video, I want to break down not just why most Crohn's disease diets, why most diets in general are bad, but mainly how you can adopt a diet and change that diet to work best for you. So I have 5 basic steps that will allow you to find the best diet possible for your body and your Crohn's disease. The first step is to find a solid, science-backed diet. Now, when I first got into this, and it's still what I built my foundation of nutrition around, is the Plant Paradox program, or the Longevity Paradox program. There's a lot of hate on the internet about this, saying that he doesn't have the backing and he makes false claims, but to be honest, I don't know a lot about that. All I know is he's much more educated in the health field than I am. But all I know is that when I started out, for the first 6 months I did this diet, I felt absolutely amazing. So for me, this is the diet that I trust, and if you're interested in looking into it, I would highly suggest trying everything he recommends in the book, and then also consider what I say in the rest of this video. Step 2 is to adopt that diet completely. Do exactly what they say. For the Plant Paradox program, he recommends a 3-day vegetable cleanse, and then he goes into a 2-week long phase, and then that can go into a multi-month phase, a multi-year phase, and that's the phase you want to end up in ultimately for the rest of your life. And this is exactly what I did, and I kind of stayed in phase 2 and a little bit in phase 3, but I felt amazing. I was just eating everything that I wanted to eat as long as it was on the list that he recommended and all of the recipes he supplies, and I found a lot of potential and a lot of value in his book and in his diet plan. But this most recent time when I was following this diet, that's when I started to see some negatives from it. That's when I realized that the next thing I had to start doing was adapting the diet for me. So step 3 is figure out what works best for you on that diet. For me, it was 80% of what he says in the book works absolutely perfect for me. But the other 20% I might not like, or it just doesn't work the best for me. So I cut out that 20%, and that leads me to step 4. Step 4 is cut out the things that don't work for you and replace them with things that you do think will work for you, or that do work for you and that you've proven to yourself work. For me, when I was keeping track of my meals for 30 days, I realized that lettuce was really just running through me, and if I didn't eat it right before I went to bed and I ate it early in the morning or midday, that I'd have to go to the bathroom a lot of the times mid to the end of the day. So I cut out lettuce completely, and now I'm strictly eating spinach or like really green salads and a lot of like cruciferous vegetables, just things that have a lot of nutrition and really fit well with my body and my digestive system. And then this leads me into the 5th step, which is just repeat the process. Constantly be paying attention to what your body likes and doesn't like. Make sure you're making those changes to cut out the things that your body doesn't like and go all in on the things that your body does like. And then just keep on making those changes and keep on improving your diet and just keep on fine-tuning it to a diet that works best for you. Now, like I said, every single body, every single digestive system is completely different. So even though I say lettuce didn't work well with me and I'd much rather eat spinach because it just makes me feel a lot better and it doesn't run straight through me, that might be the opposite for you. But this is something that you need to find out. And if you're more interested in figuring out how I kept track of my diet for 30 days straight and really broke down to what I was eating and what I was doing on a daily basis and then how I found those trends, let me know in the comments and I would be more than happy to make another video on how I kept track of my foods and my life basically for 30 days straight. That is the end of this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It was a short one, but I hope it had a lot of value for you. I know it had a lot of value for me. The last month I've learned so much about what works well for my body and what doesn't work, and because of that it's allowed me to have a lot more energy and just feel a lot better and digest food a lot better on a daily basis. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.